Are you ready to build a brand new house in 2025? Here on the Florida Gulf Coast, we are surrounded by new construction. And so if new construction is on your bucket list in 2025, today I'm going to talk about the 10 steps you need to know before buying a house. But first, if we've not met yet, I'm Lisa McBride with Sarasota Neighborhood Experts. My team and I love helping so many of you buy, sell, and invest in real estate here along the Florida Gulf Coast. Give me a call today and let's discuss new construction. The first step in new construction is to know your budget. Now this one seems pretty common sense, right? But I get a lot of people that will reach out and tell me their ideal budget. However, with new construction, by the time you do your lot cost, your structural upgrades, your interior design, it usually goes a little higher than your budget. So I like to prepare people to possibly think another 10-20% over your standard budget of what you would like to spend. But also be sure to talk to your financial advisor and a lender so that you are very comfortable with what that number looks like to you, whether that's $500,000 or $5 million. You want to be sure you know what your budget is. Also, when you're building new construction, all builders are going to have a preferred lender that you can work with. That's fine, but I also recommend shopping around a little bit, talking to some other lenders. There are times that the builder's lender can't do the loan, or it's not a cost savings to work with the builder's lender. So there's a lot of options when it comes to new construction. Now keep in mind, a build job is going to take 9, 12, 15 months. So you're not going to be able to lock in your interest rate until a few months right before closing. So the actual mortgage payment is not going to be determined until right before closing. So you want to give yourself a little leeway in that as well. The number 2 step in building a brand new home is hire a real estate agent that has experience with builders. A lot of people ask me, should they have an agent? It doesn't really matter, and can that agent actually do something for you? And the answer is, of course they can. Remember that the agent that you see at the model homes while you're touring them work for the builder, and they represent the builder. An experienced agent not only can represent you, negotiate for you, explain the process, and help you from start to finish, but they also know various neighborhoods. They know where you may find the ideal location for the items on your wish list. They will also know what builders have the highest quality, what they're going to negotiate on. They're going to understand what the HOA fees are like in those neighborhoods. There will be a lot of small items that we can negotiate with the builders. For instance, many times I'm able to negotiate possibly adding cabinets to the laundry room, or epoxying the garage floors, or closing cost incentives, or design incentives. Or there's just a lot of little things that all add up to big savings when you work with an agent. Also, 95% of all builders are paying realtors commissions. So at a time when a lot of buyers are now paying commissions directly to their buyer's agent, the builders are paying buyer's agents on your behalf. So why not have somebody that knows the neighborhoods, knows the builders, knows how to negotiate, and is being compensated by the builder? So definitely interview different agents that are very good with new construction, no matter where you live. And if I can help you with new construction here in Sarasota, Manatee County, please give me a call today. Step 3, that's when we begin to look at homes and neighborhoods. This is the whole house hunting process. And while you're looking at new construction neighborhoods, you will look at lots of beautiful model homes. And remember, these model homes have all of the bells and whistles from all of the builders. So even if you choose the floor plan of the model home, do not expect all of those things to be in your home. When you're home hunting, you need to have your list of the 5 items that must-have items. That might be you must have 3 bedrooms, you must have water view, or so many square foot. Whatever it is, make sure you have your list of the top 5 must-haves. And then the second list is 5 items that you would really like to have. Perhaps a gourmet kitchen or a bathtub in the primary bathroom. These are our I would like to have but are not must. So you have your 10 items while you're home hunting, and if you can find 7 of those items out of 10, you're doing really well. If you find 8 out of 10, I'm gonna tell you that is a good house and you should consider making an offer. And if for some reason you actually find a 9 or a 10 out of 10, oh my gosh, that rarely happens, and that is your perfect home in your perfect neighborhood, and you should definitely jump on that home. Step 4, it's time to make an offer on that dream home of yours. First of all, builders all have their own contracts and they will complete them after you've come to terms with the builder's rep. So you and your agent are going to discuss the offer price, you're going to discuss some of the incentive terms, also if there's anything that you want to add to the contract, that we'll all discuss that, present it to the builder's rep, and then come to an agreement. When that agreement is all hashed out, then they will put that on the formal contract, and that is when you are actually under contract, and that's when deposits will be needed after the contract is signed. Typically you have 3 business days for deposits. In your contract, keep in mind there will be specific dates, not the closing date, however. There will be specific dates as when you have to have your financing in, when you need to have your design choices done by, when you can have inspections. Those dates will be in the contract. Unfortunately, closing date, well, that is determined by the builder depending on how long it takes to construct your home. The builder will notify you about 60 days prior to closing to let you know when that closing date is scheduled. Step 5 in the building process. This is when it gets exciting because your home is going to start coming to fruition. Now, it will take a little bit of time before you start seeing anything because we start with the permitting. And here in Sarasota, Manatee counties, it takes about 60 to 90 days to get through permitting. And then the home is started. You will be appointed a building superintendent or advisor that will talk to you through this process. Now keep in mind the builders are working very hard to get the home constructed, and they do ask that we are not out there watching them and visiting the job site every day just because there's so much going on. Naturally, we're all curious about our homes being built, and so if there's times, nights, and weekends that you can pop by, completely understand. They do ask, though, that we limit the amount of time there. But don't worry, you will have plenty of time to do inspections on the house as it comes through. So that is step 5, the construction of the home. Step 6 is the inspection part. Now, some builders will allow you to do 2 inspections. Inspections before drywall, so you can see inside the walls, because how many times do we get a chance to look inside the walls? So if your builder allows it, I do recommend having a pre-drywall inspection. This just gives you an idea of make sure that all the ductwork is in where it needs to be, that all the windows are straight, and insulation is in, and so it is important to do that. And then inspection before you close. Just like a resale home, you are allowed an inspection prior to closing. And at this time, your inspector is going to inspect everything top to bottom. There will probably be a few little things that they find, and there will be a punch list from that inspector. Take that punch list and give it to your builder supervisor, and it will all be corrected. But a great time to do the final inspection is about a week prior to closing. All right, step number 7. Step number 7 is when you make sure that your lender has ordered the appraisal and the appraisal is being done. Keep in mind that appraisal cannot be done until the home is completely finished. The last thing you want is the appraiser has to go back out to double check that the bathroom doors are hung or a mirror got hung, because you'll be charged an extra fee to have the appraiser go back out there. So the appraisal needs to be done upon completion, but your lender's going to talk to you a little bit more than that. And step number 8 is make sure you have your homeowner's insurance in place. The nice thing about getting homeowner's insurance on a brand new home, well, it should be the most affordable of all insurance costs because everything is brand new, from your roof to your windows into your electrical panel, everything is brand new, and that is something insurance companies love. So you will get great rates, and sometimes the builders will have insurance companies to give you a quote because they have affiliated insurance companies, but also check into a third-party insurance company just to compare the rates with your insurance costs. Step 9, well, that's where the final walkthrough comes into place. You will be meeting with your builder supervisor, and you're going to go through the whole home. They're going to explain to you where your water shutoff valve is, how to turn on the appliances, where your warranties are. So many things are discussed during your final walkthrough. And also, if there were items on your home inspector's punch list that you want to discuss with your builder rep, this is the perfect time to do it. So you're going to go through your whole home, and again, there will be things that they're missing, whether it's paint touch-up or a door hinge isn't tightened. There's all kinds of little things that are discovered during the final walkthrough. So it usually takes a few hours, but it really gives you an outline of your home. We're almost to the end. Number 10 is closing date. This is when you're getting the keys. Now, most closings all happen at title companies, and this is an exciting time because your home is ready for you. So at closing, we do recommend that you wire your funds for closing 24 hours prior to your closing date and time, that you have your utilities scheduled to be turned on. Obviously, as we discussed, you have your homeowner's insurance and your loan is all ready to go. So there you have it, the 10 steps to buying new construction. As we said, in Sarasota, Manatee County, there are so many options for new construction. So give me a call today. Let's talk about building a new house in 2025. As always, I greatly appreciate you watching, and until next time, take care.